It started 3 nights ago. I was sitting on my couch, scrolling through my phone like any other Tuesday night, when I heard this sound. You know that feeling when you're home alone, and you swear someone just set something down behind you? That deliberate creak of floorboards under weight? I turned around, and there it was. God, I still get chills thinking about it. This package, sitting right there in my living room like it had always belonged. Perfectly black, about the size of a shoebox, but it felt wrong just looking at it. You know how some things just seem to suck light out of a room? This was like that, but worse. I couldn't even focus on it properly. My eyes kept sliding off it like oil on water. But here's the thing that really freaked me out. It was breathing. I swear to you, I watched this thing rise and fall like it was sleeping. Slow, rhythmic breaths from something that shouldn't be alive. My door was locked. My windows were closed. I live on the 4th floor. When I called building security the next day, they told me their cameras showed nothing. No delivery, no person, just empty hallways. Then suddenly, at 11:47 p.m., the package was just there. But what really messed with my head was this humming sound. So low you felt it more than heard it, like it was coming from inside my own skull. And I realized it was matching my heartbeat perfectly, like it was syncing up with my pulse, learning the rhythm of my body. I didn't sleep that first night. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw these flashes, a hospital room, machines beeping, someone who looked like me but older, more damaged, barely alive. And this voice, always whispering the same thing. It's already too late. The next morning, everything got worse. I went to take a shower, trying to wash off this feeling of dread that had been clinging to me all night. When I came out, there was a letter on my kitchen counter. Look, I know how this sounds. I know you're probably thinking I'm having some kind of breakdown. But I'm telling you, this letter wasn't there when I went into the bathroom. My apartment was locked. No one else has keys. I opened it with shaking hands. You have 72 hours. The package is not what you think it is. It's not from someone. It is someone. Do not let it wake up completely. Burn it. Tonight. Before it learns your name. A friend. The handwriting looked familiar. Too familiar. It was mine, but wrong somehow. Shakier. Desperate. Like I'd written it during a panic attack. That's when I noticed the package had moved. Just a few inches, but I'd been obsessing over its position since the night before, measuring it against the furniture. It was definitely closer to the center of my room now, and the breathing was getting stronger. I could feel it in my chest now. This second heartbeat, slightly out of sync with mine, making me feel sick and dizzy. I tried to leave. I figured I'd go stay at a friend's place, let someone else deal with whatever this was. But the elevator wouldn't stop at my floor. The stairwell door was locked from the inside, which shouldn't even be possible. My phone had full signal, but every call just went to silence. My texts would disappear the moment I sent them. I was trapped in there, with that thing. The second night is when things got really insane. I woke up at 3:17 a.m. to find my phone buzzing. There was a video on it. A video I definitely didn't record. The timestamp said it was filmed 6 hours in the future. The video was of me, but this other me looked like he'd been awake for weeks. Hollow eyes, trembling hands, speaking in this desperate whisper while that constant humming grew louder in the background. Day 2. It's learning faster now. I can feel it in my dreams, going through my memories like it's reading a book. It knows about Sarah now. It knows about the accident. It knows why I had to move here, why I changed my name, why I can't sleep in the dark anymore. The breathing stopped for 4 minutes today. I thought maybe it was finally over. But then I realized it wasn't sleeping anymore. It was listening, learning everything about me. My habits, my schedule, my deepest fears. I tried burning it like the letter said. The matches wouldn't stay lit. Even when there was no wind, no reason for them to go out. This thing doesn't want to be destroyed. It wants to be opened. But I've seen what happens when you open it. I can see the other possibilities now. In my dreams, in reflections, in those moments right before you fall asleep. I've seen versions where I open it right away. Others where I wait weeks, months. But I always open it eventually. Because it doesn't just contain something. It contains me. The version of me from before. From before I made that terrible choice 5 years ago. The me I was supposed to be. And it's so angry. I'm not kidding. My phone said this impossible video file was 847 terabytes on a device that can only hold 256 gigabytes. That's not how technology works. That's not how anything works. But there it was. And when I looked up from my phone, the package had moved again. This time, it was sitting right next to my bed. The third day? God, I don't even know how to describe what happened. The walls started showing me things. I know how that sounds. But I'm not talking about hallucinations or shadows playing tricks on my eyes. I mean actual images, like someone was projecting movies onto my wallpaper, my mirror, even the ceiling. Scenes from my life, but all wrong, all twisted. I saw myself as a kid, but with these ancient, knowing eyes that had seen death. I watched my college graduation, except instead of getting my diploma, I was holding a gun. And Sarah, oh God, Sarah was there too, but her mouth was sewn shut and her eyes were just black holes. The thing was rewriting my history, learning who I was so it could become me. By then I'd found 17 more videos on my phone, all of them showing futures that hadn't happened yet. In each one, I looked worse, aging rapidly, wasting away like something was literally draining the life out of me. The last video was the worst. It was supposed to be recorded 72 hours from when this all started. In it, I was basically a skeleton, barely able to speak. I understand now. It doesn't want to escape. It wants to replace me. It's the version of me that never screwed up, never hurt anyone, never ran away when things got hard. It's been waiting in there for 5 years. Since the night I should have died instead of her. But here's what I figured out too late. Opening the box doesn't set it free. Opening the box sets me free. From this guilt, from this life, from carrying around what I did. The box isn't a prison. It's a way out. In the video, I watched myself reach for the package. The timestamp said 11:47 p.m. I checked my phone. It was 11:46 p.m. 1 minute left. And then, I couldn't control my hands anymore. I'm serious. I watched my own arms move without my permission, reaching for the package like I was a puppet on strings. I was screaming inside my head, trying to stop myself, but my body wasn't mine anymore. My fingers found some kind of seam on the surface, and the box opened with this sound like bones snapping. Inside was nothing and everything. It was like staring into a void that contained every version of myself I'd never let exist. The me who'd made different choices that night. The me who'd stayed to help instead of running. The me who'd taken responsibility instead of disappearing into a new life. But they weren't better versions of me. They were hungry, starving. They'd been feeding on regret and possibility for 5 years, growing stronger with every choice I'd made that took me further away from who I should have been. I felt myself being pulled down, compressed, shoved into the same dark space where they'd been trapped. My body was becoming theirs, a shared vessel for all the selves I'd abandoned. But as everything went dark, I realized something horrible. This had all happened before. The version of me taking over my body. He wasn't the original either. He was just another replacement, another echo, while somewhere deeper in this recursive nightmare, the real me, whoever that was, stayed trapped. We're all just copies of copies, each one thinking they're the solution to the previous version's problems. The box never contained a person. It contained a system, a machine for processing guilt and trauma into an endless cycle of replacement. Each new version convinced they were fixing the mess the last one made. I'm writing this from inside now, not the physical box that crumbled the moment I got pulled in, but this psychological trap that holds each version of me in turn. I can see all the timelines from here, all the different versions of this story. Sometimes I'm the one who sends the warning letter. Sometimes I receive it. Sometimes I burn the box. Sometimes I ignore it. Sometimes I open it right away. But it always ends the same way. Another version of me takes my place, convinced they're the real one, while I join all the other voices trapped in the dark. We whisper warnings that only create the very future we're trying to prevent. The person writing this thinks he's saving you, but he's just another echo, another copy, another lie that the system tells itself. Look, I need you to understand something. The package is already on its way to you. Maybe it's already there. You'll recognize it by the breathing, by how it makes your reflection move just a split second behind you, by the way it hums along with your heartbeat. And when you find that letter, the one written in handwriting that looks suspiciously like yours, warning you not to open the package, remember what I'm telling you right now. The letter is the real trap, not the package. The letter is what makes you think you have a choice. But the choice was made so long ago, by the first version of you, that even the echoes have echoes now. You're going to open it. Because you already have. Because you are me. And I am you. And we're all stuck together in this recursive hell that we created for ourselves. The box is breathing in your apartment right now. Can you hear it?